Tego, we were talking about mortgage rates and refinancing.
Well, there's a couple things. Let me just. So there's a company that I watch that monitors all the mortgage industry, or basically the mortgage payment part of it is, what's going on with mortgage payments. So they're looking at forbearance and delinquencies and all that stuff. Another thing they look at is how many homeowners that have a mortgage could benefit by refinancing.
Right.
Meaning basically save money every month, even take some equity out, take some cash out. But this particular stat is just if you refinance based on what your current mortgage rate is, if you would benefit financially. And the thing that's surprising is there's 12 million, according to their analysis, in the country, people with mortgages that could benefit by refinancing.
12 million. So that means their monthly payment would go down because they're going from one interest rate to a lower interest rate.
Correct. So that's something I see all the time, and I'm like, wow, that's really interesting, because think about all that nested, basically wasted money in all those homes.
So just for clarity, refinancing does involve a fee. And
Correct.
What a lot of people don't realize is if you're not going to be in that home for another year and a half or 2 years, don't refinance, because
Absolutely.
You'll spend more to close on the new interest rate than you would gain in those 18 months or so. So
you can expect to pay 1% to 2%
of the loan amount to refinance your home. So you have to calculate. But there's a ton of calculators online that just, should I refinance? Yeah. I wouldn't use those, though, because they're all trying to get your business.
Well, I was going to say that next, is all these calculators and stuff, they're great. Use them, but don't sign up for anything, or you are going to get bombarded by refinance lenders trying to sell you refinancing.
Tego knows that firsthand. That's why he's smirking, for those of you that can see him.
I do know that firsthand.
Yeah. So Tego, one of the things that I thought was just mind-blowing, but then I went, no, it's really not, is how many people that have a mortgage that don't know what their current interest rate is.
Right. And so that was the story that popped up the other day, and it was Bankrate did a study, and they found that 38% of mortgage holders do not know what their mortgage interest rate is.
So that would be me, because you take care of paying our mortgage.
Well, and to be honest with you, if somebody asked me what's your mortgage rate, I'd go, I think it's just under 3 is what I would say, right? Because we refinanced, and I think we got 2.875 or something. So, I mean, I generally know.
Well, we asked some really good friends who are in real estate related business about 2 weeks ago, and we asked them about their interest rate, and they were in the high 4s. And we were like, why aren't you refinancing? And they said, well, because we keep thinking we want to move somewhere more remote, and so we aren't. And then
that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, for sure. I don't think they're really going to move anytime soon, but that's okay. They've got a real reason. At least they've made a decision. Right?
On the other side of that, I've heard of people that have refinanced multiple times in the same year, and I'm like, why would you do that? Because that's expensive, and a lot of times that's tacking extra basically cost onto your home.
Right.
Even though you're maybe reducing your monthly payment. Anyway, you got to look at all the numbers is the point. So, but anyway, the thing is, there's a lot of people that don't know that they could benefit by refinancing. And
if you're one of those that is listening and you have a mortgage and you don't know, check it out. And if your rate is 4 or higher,
the general rule, and again, this is very thumbnail rule, but if you can save 1%, so mortgage rates are 3% plus or minus right now, right around 3. So if you're 4 plus, maybe even 3.75 plus, and you're going to stay in your home at least, let's say 18 months, let's say 2 years. So 1% in 2 years is the general rule.
Right. If you're going to be in your home more than that length of time, and you can save about 1% on your interest rate, you'll have paid yourself back the cost to refinance in that 18 months to 2 years.
Plus saved money.
Plus saved money.
Yep. for sure. And just on that, the whole question of, what are mortgage rates going to do? It doesn't look like they're going to change much.
Did you get your crystal ball out again?
I did. I got my crystal ball out. I did.
Yeah. We don't expect it to change much, at least between now and the next 4 or 5 months, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.